Dubai monthly live show for the 24th consecutive live show. We started in July 2016, so here we are. Hi Casey.
Hi Rich.
But we've come a long way since the first live show 2 years ago, and particularly we're in Abu Dhabi today, so we've come about 50 minutes away as well. Why are we in Abu Dhabi, Case?
I was going to say we've come a long way, but this where we are now is absolutely amazing. The Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi opened to guests yesterday. This is the second day, and we've just walked in.
Yeah.
And our reactions are kind of stunned, right?
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I'm pretty much blown away. I didn't expect to care as much as I have. Every corner you turn around and you see something that you just go, wow. Like, it's every cartoon, every Warner Brothers. It's so atmospheric. It's not like random rides and then names against them. The whole thing is an experience. It's so immersive. Like,
there are 29 rides, we haven't done them, we've just walked through. There's 6 different lands, and they're Flintstones, Batman. Anyway, and each land, it's just super cool. Really,
and like all the coffee brands are built into it. So like, you have the Jetsons coffee, you've got different sorts of, in the Flintstones, where we are, what's this place called?
Bedrock.
In the cafe over there, in Bedrock, the burgers are massive, just like in the Flintstones land. So this is the second day it's open to the public. Second day. We're lucky to be here in the second day. And so they've kindly given us 3 passes to give away. Passes will usually cost you 295 dirham online, or 300 if you come here. 320 on the door,
at the door. And we're giving away 3 passes, and all you need to do is comment in the captions right now, and we'll choose a winner at the end. So get your commenting now.
If you're around for the next month, like, you'll be too busy after that, you might be, get down here. Like, I just totally recommend it. It's on Yas Island, so all the signposts are to Yas Water World and Ferrari World, and also now Warner Brothers World. It's the biggest indoor theme park of its kind in the world. They do have it in Australia. They've got the studios in the US, obviously, but everything's been created here, and they've all got merchandise around it. I'm just impressed. They've got merchandise, and like 60 or 70% of the merchandise were created just for here. So all the cups and all the different stuff like that. So yeah, as we said, tag your mates, tag 2 people, and we'll give 2 winners prizes today. And awesome, thanks Warner Brothers World, second day ever. And yeah, if you want to come down here as much as you want for a year, so a day pass is 290 or 320, you can buy an annual pass for 695, so you can come as much as you want. And then also, if you buy 4 of them, you can buy 3 for the price of 4 for a family, basically.
I think that's
the way around.
Meal deal. If you buy 4 passes, you get, or if you buy 3 lunches, you get 4. Okay. Anyway, I think we're like kids, and we're a little bit like overexcited.
Yeah,
but
we are here for what's
the
our agenda? We're here for the monthly live show. What's gone on in July in Dubai and Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about the news headlines first. We're missing Kate, but she's coming back to us next week. Biggest news story I'm sure you've heard all about was the Sundas Al Katan, the beauty influencer who upset a lot of people with her comments. Did you hear about it?
Yeah, so one of the things we would have known about Kuwait in general is that influencers are massive there. You know, they've just got at a million followers on what we see in the UAE. They're really, really big, and global brands spend a lot of money on Kuwaiti influencers. And one of them came out with, as we often see, a kind of a monologue, a vertical video, talking to the camera, except what she said was the issue.
So recently Kuwait introduced new law reforms to protect the rights of domestic workers, and they introduced it for a reason. And the laws include, you know, you have to, as an employee, be allowed to keep your passport. If you work 12 hours a day, you must be allowed an hour break. And simple things like you will get a certain number of holidays a year. And she came out as an employee, as a sponsor, and she disagreed with this. She said, as an employee, I feel like my rights are being taken away from me. And she upset a lot of people, because people know that these laws were brought in because of a very sad case of a murder in Kuwait a year ago, and that's why these reforms were brought in.
Where a Filipino maid ended up in the fridge or freezer. Yeah.
So it kind of touched a lot of nerves, and the fact that she's disagreeing with it, it's upset a lot of people. A lot of brands, like you said, have pulled their endorsement with her.
Yeah. I think the story evolved. Like, it's been running for about 7-8 days, and that as an influencer story is a long time. I think we've done a lot of pieces on it. Chris Fade was talking about it on the radio, and it's a big story. And people that were talking about it, is it an influencer issue? Is it a human rights issue? is it a cultural thing? Because we wrote an opinion piece basically saying that apart from geopolitics, it's rare that stories from this region make global headlines. Like this place should, it's so bloody good. At Warner Brothers World, it's so impressive. I'm sure people travel around the world to be here. But back to the point, you know, we have stories like Salt Bay, and we have other things like you know, Mo Salah and things like that. So what's going on? We good? But this story is on The Guardian, it's on The Independent, it's in the US, and it's kind of saying, well, there you go, for everyone who wants something negative to say about this part of the world in terms of cultural misunderstandings, they've got a reason to now because of one influencer video. And I think that's a shame. She's come out and said, hang on, this is a little bit racist, you're just picking on me, you're not understanding the cultural things. And that's probably a point as well. Like, you have to look at kind of everything from two sides. But the problem really is that, you know, people have understood this to be a human rights kind of issue, and it's pretty sad.
Yeah, you're saying it's sad for maybe Western international media to be able to look, and it's a sad story that this, but from what I've read and our followers and from the tweets that we've seen is that people in this region are really, really upset. So it kind of shows how, it shows that everyone else actually is upset and angered by these tweets. So I wouldn't say, and it shows our community here is also against it.
Well, one good thing about it is that in the UAE, not only have they laws more advanced than in protecting labourers, etc. But they also in Lovin Saudi, we reported yesterday that there's labour courts coming in as well for the workers. But in the UAE, not only do they have that on one side, they also have influencer laws. So you need licenses, and this lady wouldn't have a license. And second thing, which is important to point, this was an individual in Kuwait publicly criticising the government's law, and you know that's what's missing here. Whether you agree on something or not, like she's actually come out and said, no, my government's wrong. I disagree with what my government have done, and that's not really getting behind you know, the country that you're in, and especially where you're from, or particularly in this case. So yeah, I think you know, too often, like, we forget that in the UAE, you know, we all get behind the initiatives to bring the country forward, and that just wouldn't be tolerated here. So yeah, we can move on. Yeah,
it's interesting to see where the story will go. Brands have pulled themselves. This morning we heard MAC, one of the biggest beauty brands in the world, has said, so I think it's the nail in the head for Sundas Al Katan as a
okay. Okay, cool. In July, the World Cup ended. Yeah. It didn't come home. TJ, our commercial director, lost his hair because he lost a bet to Chai, our motion graphics artist, over Croatia. And on the video at Chaps & Co, he's like, they ask him why he's doing it, and he says, because I thought it was coming home. And it didn't come home. It
was an anticlimax, but I think, like, anyone who, you're talking about the British supporters, and anyone in the World Cup had a great time. Like, it's such a cool atmosphere, I thought.
It's amazing, and France won it, and they were excellent, and superstars were here, and Coach Mehdi had two of the footballers here, Blaise Matuidi and another guy, Adzaliba, I can't pronounce his name, and so there was a fan, though, that kind of legged it out of the country, basically, didn't he? Why? Yeah, well, there have been a couple of incidents throughout the World Cup of, I guess, supporters get a little bit excited at the different events. There was a video that went around, we did a story about it, but we couldn't show it all because it was, I think, the Croatia match? Yeah, no, Colombia, I'd say.
Colombia match, and he was basically supporting England, took off his clothes, no shame, and the next morning I assume he's left the country.
Yeah, so basically it's kind of like that type of thing that, you know, what's the word? Public indecency is would get you in trouble anywhere, and particularly in the UAE as well. So it was sad to see, but it was kind of a warning point mid-tournament to kind of calm it down a bit. And there was another incident in Sports City where there was an altercation that a guy ended up with broken his legs and stuff. So not good to hear that stuff.
The English embassy actually gave a warning during it, but the World Cup has passed us and we've moved on. Yeah, the World Cup has passed us, but we're getting closer to Expo 2020. It's 2 years away. We're really excited that we're going to be hosting something like that here. When I come to places like this and I see what can be put on in this country for
any sorts of facilitation or tourists. It's amazing. And then of course there's a World Cup in this part of the world coming up as well. So it's pretty cool. We've got to look forward to.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say we moved past the World Cup and into the Kiki Challenge, but you just went straight to Expo 2020. So.
All right, well, yeah, Kiki Challenge.
Kiki Challenge.
Yeah.
I think it's done.
Yeah,
finally.
It's done.
But it's been
done.
3 weeks of.
We still love Kiki.
I mean, it's gotten over. This is the definition of something going viral. It was only released. Drake released his album Scorpion a couple of weeks ago, and then the In My Feelings song came out, and people just started hopping out of their cars, slowly moving, and doing the dance. It's not even that good of a dance. I don't get it.
No, it's a bit of this, it's a bit of that. It's like, yeah.
Do you know what I think? I think it's because everyone can do it. So that everyone's like, this is my time to shine on social media.
Yeah, and why the car thing? Is that in the video? No.
So there's something related. It's actually another guy started the Drake Challenge, like Shiggy. I don't know.
Okay. So someone kind of set it off, and we saw a lot of people doing it here. Some really good ones. We were a bit careful. I think Casey was a bit, our deputy editor was a bit careful not to post things in the car or on the road, and we didn't. And then a week later, the law was, we were notified that this is actually endangering people's lives. So it's actually against the kind of criminal law, endangering people's lives.
Yeah, we were just notified. The Abu Dhabi Judicial Department tweeted that they had they had arrested 3 social media influencers. We don't know who they are, but I think it's a warning to anyone who was doing it.
Yeah. I think like if you're publishing, just like on Lovin Dubai, we knew that we weren't supposed to do that. Luckily, Casey's kind of trained in that space, and they knew not to, and we didn't do something like that. But if you're an influencer, again relating it to the Kuwait thing, you're going to be held up to the same rules. So like, it might get you lots of views on Instagram, but if you wouldn't do it, if you didn't have an Instagram account, like if you wouldn't jump out of your car in the road without an Instagram account, then why would you do it just because you're going to get more views? So like, basically influencers, you're not alone to yourselves.
And I think it's a really good point about influence as a whole, because like, as people with influence, going back to Sundas Al Katan with 2.3 million followers, whatever she says has an influence. Or someone jumping out of a car to the Kiki Challenge, not as serious, but they have to remember that they are influencing everyone else. And if they're influencing their followers to do something similar, accidents can happen. So influencers, bear in mind who your followers are.
Cool. Just kind of moving on to coming towards the end of the month. It's obviously the summer, it's quite hot. Have you been anywhere this summer that you haven't been before? Like, are you one of these people who's kind of like being a tourist within the city, or trying to try new things? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think this summer is really nice. There's so much going on indoors in Dubai that rarely we don't get to. I was really lucky. I went to the Queen Elizabeth II. They've got a family brunch.
Yeah.
And it's just for families. It's kind of it's a full day out. So that they restored the Queen Elizabeth. Where is it docked?
Yeah, it's I was just listening on the radio today. Port Rashid.
Port Rashid.
Yeah.
And what they've done is they've just spent a huge amount of money to bring it back to its original design.
Yeah.
And if you go there for the brunch, it's a full family day out, and you'll stay there for like 8 hours, because you go for drinks after, and there's lots of entertainment and activities for the kids.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. I'd recommend it.
So I was asked to try a new app yesterday. Miraz have this Sun Sensational.
Okay.
Yeah, is it? Sun Sensational tongue twister, and it's basically 400 deals on all the kind of Miraz outlets around the UAE, around Dubai. So Box Park and City Walk and La Mer and the beach and all these places. But I tried it in City Walk yesterday and went into the Green Planet, and I'm guilty. It's one of the places that I hadn't been to. The whole point of the Green Planet is to show how important rainforests are to the whole world. Like, if rainforests don't exist, plant life doesn't start. Like, they're that crucial. Like, and there's only 2% of the planet is rainforests, like in the Amazon, and they've got them in the Philippines and stuff. But they've actually replicated a rainforest in a tall building. And to say that I was blown away, like, it was about an hour walking up and down like a beanstalk type tree. And we saw, over 100 live animals, touch snakes, cockroaches, birds are beside us. Like, the amount of knowledge, like if you want to take, even as an adult, but like I can see why all the schools go and visit there. But Green Planet is indoor. it's a great way to spend an afternoon. Like if you want to go and do something tomorrow, Friday or Saturday, or even into August, do the Green Planet.
But this is it. Last weekend, I ended up going to the cinema on Friday afternoon because you kind of and we're in Warner Brothers Abu Dhabi now, and this is an incredible activity. It's not just for families, even though it's a family park. Green Planet is another example of the amazing facilities in Dubai that we kind of forget that we have access to when you kind of think they're touristy.
Keeping the kind of, I just see like Barassi have a jungle theme going this summer.
Keeping in the jungle theme,
keeping in the rainforest sort of save the world thing, Barassi.
Barassi are so good at just kind of accepting the summer. They've got the huge tent and they've kitted it out, so you walk in, you feel like you're walking into a jungle. It's leaves. You're just going for drinks, but they've made it fun.
And then McGettigan's.
Of course, McGettigan's JLT they've actually made an orchard. So it's sponsored by Magnus. If you want a cold cider, it's the best place to go. Loads of drink steals happening there. JLT McGettigan's all summer. You won't have seen an orchard like this before. Definitely worth checking out.
This runner, we didn't really plan this, but continuing that theme of indoor tree life and jungle, there's a new restaurant bar in the JW Marriott Marquee, Hotel Cartagena, if I pronounce it right. It's a long name. I think it's Gena at the end. Anyway, is it Colombian?
It's a Colombian, it is, I think.
Yeah, Colombian, and it's like, it used to be Mora. It's on that level 68 where West Lodge is, but you go up a bit more. And I had this coconut type cocktail drink there the other evening. It was incredible. It was really, really good. I didn't try the food, but it's a cool place. Thematic indoor jungle theme. This whole show is a jungle theme, Richie. What do you reckon? Yeah, thumbs up.
And we should say about that place, like you said, 72nd floor of the JW Marriott, they also have a Bag and Friday brunch. So you could go for dinner any night of the week. They've got a ladies' night on Wednesday, drinks, and also I think as an indoor brunch, because it's indoor brunch season now, that's a really good shout.
They do. Yeah, you're right, ladies' night, but they do have good deals for guys on Wednesdays nights as well. Cool.
Everyone's catered for.
So what else have we got coming up? Commercial.
Well, so they're all the places that you should hit. There's lots of indoor stuff going on.
DSS is still going on.
It's DSS.
Cute.
So whatever malls you want to hit, we're doing a lot of work with Murder City Centre, Deira City Centre, Mall of the Emirates, and they are giving away 3 million dirham throughout the whole prize. And it's running for
3 million dirham as well.
3 million dirham. They're also
with the vouchers,
Murdiff is also giving away a Nissan Patrol. Deira is giving away a kilo of gold. You have to go. You spend 200 or 300 dirham depending on the mall to get involved in these prizes.
And we get press releases every day of people who just randomly show up in the mall and end up winning a car worth over 100,000 dirhams. Like, there's loads of this spontaneous stuff happening. I remember Lovin Dubai Ramadan episodes where a lady won. Like, she needed a ticket, she needed money, and she felt like she got an inspiration to go to the mall, and she went and won it. Yeah, it was a great story. So like, do get stuck in with DSS. Like, there's lots of things going on. We went down, Richie and I went down to Mirda last Saturday, and there was guys playing FIFA 18, and one guy won 50,000 dirhams worth of mall vouchers. And
if you head to Wafi, they're having a football activation, and one person is going to win tickets to Manchester United versus. There's a big football match happening soon, and it's another huge prize, especially for football fans. So that's Wafi, that's all of the DSS excitement.
Yeah, the Premier League does start in another 2 weeks, I think, which is great for football fans. And a lot of dads, shout out to all the dads who are bachelor dads this summer, whose wives and kids have gone to other cooler climate places like Canada and England and France and stuff like that. So guys, football is coming back soon. It's coming home.
Times Square also have big activations. We're going to check that out on Saturday. So join us on Facebook Live on Saturday 1 p.m. We're going to be seeing they actually also have a similar jungle themed, loads of free activities, arts and crafts for kids. So head to Times Square the weekends during DSS to check it out.
Yeah, cool. And so basically just a quick reminder, guys, we're going to run for another few minutes and we're going to show you, going to walk through, end up in Gotham City and a few places like that. Meet Batman, hopefully. Just to tag your friends underneath there, and we'll pick 3 winners. One person to win 3 daily tickets here, worth around 600 dirhams. So tag your friends, and we'll pick a winner this evening.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Seriously, tag. This is an amazing experience. Definitely worth coming. We're going to do a quick walk around, like Richard said. So let's go.
Okay, cool.
And that was the monthly live show.
That was the monthly live show, 24th July 2018. Are you cool, Richie?
So you could probably guess this is bedrock. Like Richard mentioned, there's the food. There's where Barney and Thelma and Wilma drive. So
The burgers are massive here. The burgers are for 4 people.
There's a nice.
It's roadrunner!
here's Yosemite Sam. Check the detail. So even the detail of this whole park, this looks like wood, it feels like wood, but it's all been hand carved. It's like amazing. And there's a huge roller coaster. This is Cartoon Network. on this one. So this is Tasmanian Devil. Usually he's hidden up here, but he escaped and now he's gone. Oh, is it? So if you're just joining us, Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi, and this is 29 rides in all of the different towns. We're about to enter Gotham City. Batman is in here, the Joker is in here. It's so cool. Feels scary. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that. This is Gotham City. This is the home of Mr. Freeze. That is the Riddler, and it's eerie in here. It's so eerie. It's so scary. Let's go look for Batman. Look, it's gotta go. This is one of the scariest rides they have. Joker Funhouse, one of the cool rides. If you guys want to win tickets, just tag your name down below. We'll pick ones after. I cannot describe to you how cool it is inside all of these places. It's scary, it's eerie, it's exciting, and every single ride is unique, and they don't have them like anywhere else in the world. If you guys have time over the next few months, definitely come down and check it out. We're going to keep going walking around.
Well done, Mr. Volunteer. You just completed this.
shop. We're in Gotham City, and if you know anything about it, the guy goes out and steals the street. So we have different artifacts from the street stolen, and then you can go and buy it in the shop. Guys, the attention to detail here is insane. I can't describe it to you. It's so cool. Can you see how cool the sky is? Can you see that? Like, the home of justice. Okay guys, brace yourselves. We are going into the home of the Justice League. This is just an entrance into a bigger ride, but this shows you how cool. Like, this is just the entrance to the ride. Just take a moment. just joining us, this is the Grand Plaza in Warner Bros. World, Abu Dhabi. We've just done our monthly live show. We've taken a walk around the 6 immersive lands. So this is bang in the centre, and then it brings you can see Hollywood, Gotham City, Cartoon Junction, Bedrock. We are going to give away the winners now, so keep tagging. You enter as many times as you want, and then we're going to cut it. Thank you for joining the live show, and see you next month.